Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 30th. You have this Libra card. It says new love on it. It says a new romantic relationship is unfolding that will be deeply meaningful to you. You have this Divine Infinity card. It says challenge yourself to go beyond your limitations and you will find your infinity. That really is your kind of like the secret sauce for Pisces right now, is to go beyond what you feel is limiting you and really push it past that point. And I feel if you do that, then you will be very successful. So I would definitely say that kind of like pushing it, or kind of pushing past your resistance in whatever it is you're trying to do in life will be very beneficial for you. So I like to see that. You have the Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. So there definitely could be a love offer coming for you. And, again, I feel like some of you could be clearly feeling resistance towards love. You even have the King and Queen of Swords right here to the Nine of Pentacles. And, this type of energy right here is asking, wouldn't it be better if I just stayed single? Or maybe you're asking that question, like, should I just stay single or something like that? It's popping into my head. But you do have the Ace of Pentacles, and Ace of Pentacles would be a big opportunity or, something that has a lot of potential. So I think that the Ace of Pentacles is always worth investing in, even just a little bit of energy to see if it grows or if it doesn't grow. And that's what I would do with this Ace of Pentacles is, if you are getting a love offer, which, the Ace of Pentacles could definitely be any type of offer that has a lot of potential coming in for you. I feel it would be worth kind of like putting in the energy. You have the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands. Again, if this is a love reading, which I'm still not, you have that new love card, but I'm not convinced yet that this is a love reading. But if it is, these two cards would represent kind of like looking at love as a burden or looking at it as too much work. And for some of you might need to make time for work. So I definitely feel that. For the rest of you, or for all of you, really, I also feel like this Ace of Pentacles could be a big work opportunity, and I feel the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands are saying, like, you need to be super protective of your time right now. And so if you are doing things that are causing burdens, or if you're taking on extra responsibilities that aren't yours, or if you're doing things that are stealing time, I feel like the Ten of Swords is kind of saying you need to remove those things from your life because they are preventing you from kind of like doing what's important. And, as a Pisces and, as a person who has super ADHD, I can tell you, like, I can't tell you how many times I do things that I don't need to do, but I make them out to be important, and I waste a bunch of time, right? And so even I do this. I'm far from perfect, and I would be careful of doing that right now. I would say for the whole, like the rest of the month, the whole month of October is what I'm talking about. I know this is for, September 30th is the last day of September, so the whole month, October. You have this Knight of Cups. Definitely could be a love offer coming in for you. I feel like you need to remove your focus from something in the past that like didn't work out with the Five of Cups with the Three of Swords here. I kind of feel like there's something new, and I feel like this is like a past connection that caused pain or maybe caused you to close off or to be heartbroken. And I feel like the Three of Swords is saying if you want a new connection, then you have to let go and heal from a past connection, and that's exactly what I would do here. But let's see. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles says, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is it worth it to work on the things that you're working on or not? And this is definitely a value judgment right here. Seven of Pentacles to the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands, he doesn't realize how close he is to his goal, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But with the Seven of Pentacles, it could say that you have put a lot of work into something in your life. You've been getting results, but is there a better result? You end with the Nine of Pentacles. Like, is there something else that you could be doing with your skills, your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities? Could you improve your business or your career in some way? And, I feel like that's what this part of the reading is asking. With the Ten of Swords, you have the Six of Pentacles. Same thing. Six of Pentacles is literally weighing your options and looking at the work that you put into the work that you're doing and saying to yourself, am I getting anything out of this or not? And, again, I can't answer that question for you, but I definitely feel a lot of you could be kind of like weighing up your options, or you could be doing a lot of kind of like deciding whether or not certain activities, people, places, and things are worth it. And, this first row I feel is kind of just talking all about that. and the second row as well. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Page of Swords. Someone's spying on you. You could be waiting on another person to heal as well. And definitely, just looking at this reading, King and Queen of Swords are my least favorite divine counterparts because they don't see eye to eye. King of Swords is facing forwards. Queen of Swords is facing towards the future. And usually there's no communication here. And then the Page of Swords would kind of confirm that message for me that someone has their eye on you, or maybe you have your eye on someone, Pisces, whatever the case may be. But there's no communication. There's nothing happening in this situation. So we're going to have to see who's who here in just a minute. In the area of what's coming in for you, you have the Syrian star. It says star blessings on it, which is nice. You have this Ankh, which says energy healing. The Ankh is also a card of a rebirth. I feel like you are rebirthing your work in general. And I definitely get that feeling. I'm going to skip forward to the King of Swords. You have the Ten of Wands, the Five of Cups, and the King of Swords. The King of Swords is a card of knowledge and wisdom. But what's popping into my head here is, especially for those of you with a business, it's almost like, maybe you've been doing this business for 10 years, but I feel like what the King of Swords is saying, the whole reading, really everything together, is saying that maybe you've been doing something for like years, but you're getting your payment is as if you've been doing it for like 6 months, right? And so I feel like it's saying that your income and your knowledge are like way too far apart, and it's almost like you're not getting the benefits of your skills. I think I said this to you at the beginning of the year. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was you that I said this to, that it's almost like, I feel like you could be having a lot of experiences with like seeing people who do what you do and they're like way more successful, but they don't know nearly as much as you do, if that makes sense, right? And so it's like you could be seeing people, and I even think you could have people saying things to you where it's like they say something to you about like a topic, right, that you're an expert on maybe, and it's like you're like, yeah, I know. It's like I feel like it's like the universe is trying to get your attention and say like, you know more than other people, but you're not using your skills as if you do, or something like that. So again, maybe it's time for you to like show off more. Maybe you need to share your knowledge or something like that. You have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands, he is too close to his problem. Those wands cover up his face, and so he can't see how close he's very close to his home here. I personally like the Ten of Wands because it says that he's getting to the end of his long journey. He planted those wands. Those wands are his harvest, and he's almost at his home, so he's about to have a harvest. But I feel like for some of you, it's like you need to see how that you are very, very close to accomplishing something, or that you are very close to reaching your goal. The Ten of Wands can also say, again, but really the feeling I get for you, Pisces, is that you're very close, and usually at the end of something, like when we are close to our goal, that's where we experience the most resistance. That comes from The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. He says when people are closest to their goal, they experience more resistance. I feel when Pisces feels resistance, they look for other things to do so they can ignore the problem. And I feel like the Ten of Wands is saying like, don't ignore the problem in front of you. It's not a problem, it's a goal. But I feel like it's a problem in the sense that you're very close to accomplishing something. King of Swords says you have more than enough knowledge and wisdom to do it. But, again, you could be putting other responsibilities or like doing other things that aren't important in your life right now to avoid, doing the work that actually matters. And again, I feel this Ten of Wands is, kind of like saying, do the work that actually matters. I'm calling myself out here as well, Pisces, so I'm not just calling you out on this one. You have the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is about sadness, regrets, crying over spilt wine. The story of this card is that he's lost his taste for wine, and he's got those 3 cups in front of him. The secret to the Five of Cups is to be grateful for what you do have, these 2 cups, then you get this bridge and this castle. And so I feel for a lot of you that this is about releasing something that you don't even enjoy any longer. That's the whole point of the card, is that he, even if he had wine in front of him, he wouldn't drink it because he has lost his taste for wine. He doesn't even like it anymore. And so the Five of Cups can sometimes say that we're grieving the loss of something that we don't even like anymore, but we just want something. And so I feel like you need to be grateful for what you have. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Star. There you go. You could be going through healing. You have this card that said Star blessings on it. So the Star can definitely bring in blessings. The Star is also about kind of having that North Star, working on this one thing, your North Star, which is like your one big goal, wish, dream, achievement, whatever it is for you, and keeping that your focus. So again, I feel like you need to make sure that you're only focusing on like the big picture here. With the Five of Cups, you have the Eight of Swords. It's like I kind of get that feeling of feeling like I'm never going to have something again. I'm just going to tell you what I feel, right? This is how I feel, Pisces. I feel like you lost something that you're never going to have again. But I feel like if you really look at the situation, whether it was love or otherwise, I feel like it was really nothing. I feel like it was really not as great as you are making it out to be in your head. And so for some of you, I feel you need to heal this so something better can enter into your life. With the King of Swords, you have the Magician. Interestingly enough, the Magician is pointing towards the Queen of Cups. I'm still not ready to say this, but I kind of feel that someone could be softening their approach, or someone could be kind of like opening their heart a little bit, especially, we were talking about how these two don't really see eye to eye, and it's almost like someone needs to soften up here and open up. So I'm not sure if it's you or this person, but the Magician is all about reinvention, and he's pointing to the Queen of Cups. So it's almost as if, if someone is spying on you with this Page of Swords, or if you're spying on someone, it's almost like the energy is softening, which is good. I feel like this could be bringing something in. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this chicken. It says fertility, renewal, and communication. You have this rat. I'm telling you right now, if you get with this person, this King of Swords, Queen of Swords energy here, that communication is going to be important, of course. You have this rat. It says shrewd choices, reproduction, and agility. I feel like you need to reproduce your successes. You have the fertility and reproduction. So number one, wrap it before you tap it, Pisces. Make sure that you're not out here getting pregnant or getting someone else pregnant, right? But I would also say this is very good for the things that you're working on or the things that you're creating. Again, there's a very fertile energy between these two cards. And you end with the Ace of Wands, which is also a very fertile type of energy. So if you're trying to create something or build something or do something, I feel that there could be a lot of success in it. But again, I think pushing through that resistance is going to be important. You have the Three of Swords, Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. The Three of Swords is about forgiveness. Again, we don't have to forgive a person directly. We just have to forgive them in our heart. Those swords are in our own heart, and we just have to remove them from our heart. The Three of Swords is also temporary, although I feel that if you've been dealing with a heartbreak here, it could be like a year or, longer for some of you. But, again, I feel it's time for you to kind of heal. We even go over to the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles says it's time to create heaven on earth. The Nine of Pentacles represents heaven on earth. But the Nine of Pentacles is all about your focus and your environment. Those are the two key words with the Nine of Pentacles. And so, and the star, right, is focus. So, what you focus on is what you're going to receive. And you need to create an environment of success to create heaven on earth. Sorry, I didn't want to pull this card, but I'm going to take it anyway. With the Three of Swords, we have the King of Swords. I would be very careful of a past person because we have the King of Swords, Queen of Swords. We have the King of Swords twice. And so there could be a past person who has regrets, but like I said, I would be very careful of that situation. You have the Queen of Swords right under, the King of Swords is connected to the Queen of Swords twice. The Queen of Swords is seeing things clearly for the first time, and she has her hand up like she's willing to receive, but she also has her sword up, so she's willing to receive, but she will also chop someone's head off if they do the wrong thing. And so for a lot of you, I feel like, again, if this is a new person, it's like someone's going to have to open up here, and someone's going to have to be more soft. And I guess the good thing is that we have the Magician pointing to the Queen of Cups. This kind of tells me that it's probably going to be the other person, honestly, that is opening up to you, Pisces. So, but I would also make sure that if you're meeting someone new, that you let your guard down as well. Because again, I think if you're too guarded, of course, then nothing's going to happen. You have to, set yourself free from the Eight of Swords and the Three of Swords in this reading. So I would make sure to do that. The Queen of Cups is also about following your heart. And so I feel it's a great time to make sure that you're following your heart. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles can be, holding on too tightly to the past. So again, someone in this situation, we already said this basically, very simple reading. It has very simple advice. But, what I would say is someone has to let go of the past or release the past. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Death card. Again, more good news because this would tell me that someone is transforming. And again, if you're attracting a person, I feel like someone is transforming. And this will probably allow the connection to actually happen in the first place. The other thing I get is if this is a work situation or a business situation, again, you could be the one that's transforming, and this could be allowing you to transform your work or your business to improve things. Again, I think there is so much potential for Pisces, but again, it's not going to, as I always say to you, Pisces, it's not going to magically happen. And I do feel that little bit of resistance at the end of like getting very close to completing something, right? I think, another thing that I see for Pisces is that a lot of the things that are holding you back right now from, accomplishing heaven on earth or just a better life in general are probably past things. It's like you could be, and I've probably said this to you before, but you're probably applying past lessons that you learned that were painful, especially during like 2012 to 2017, like around that time frame, right? It's like you're living as if we're still in that time. And so I feel like the trick for Pisces is to realize that you learned the lesson and now you can, forgive it, let it go, and move forward. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Yang Energy card and this Chop Wood card. Yeah, both of these cards are great for getting started. The Yang Energy card is kind of like the Ace of Wands. It's that initial spark of life and taking action. The Chop Wood card is about getting busy, getting to work and making things happen. And it looks like you are, which is good. You have the Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. Nine of Pentacles, like I said, card of gratitude and luxuries, card of your environment and your focus right here with this falcon, your environment with this snail right here as well. But she is in luxury, so I feel for a lot of you that this is like the life that you're trying to create. I also feel like it's like maybe one of the hard lessons you've learned is that it's like you can only provide things for yourself, right? It's like no one can really love you, right? It's like no one can provide enough love for you. We have to love ourselves, and anything on top of that is kind of like the cherry on top. And I kind of feel that you've learned to be more independent through difficult lessons over the last probably many years. And you've learned to provide things for yourself. But again, this is a good thing because you are getting to this place of independence. And again, you could be attracting a very, hopefully you're attracting a person like this. Again, when you attract a person who doesn't need anything, but they just, want the connection, that's like the best type of connection you can be in with a person who can love themselves. And then everything on top of that is just extra. And so again, I think that's what you have developed. You have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is a card of growth, abundance, a fresh start. It's a card of out with the old, in with the new. I do feel like there could be a lot of inspiration for you this week. You have the Star and the Ace of Wands. And so I would follow your inspirations, again, especially if anything is like jumping out at you, any ideas are standing out to you, if you're getting excited about any new ideas, those are the things that I'd be working on. You have the Seven of Cups, which is fantasy, and it's coming up in the area of the good stuff, so you could be spoiled for choice at this time. Also, one thing I want to say about this Ace of Wands is, again, we have the Queen of Swords looking at the Ace of Wands, which is a good thing. This could say that you're attracting a person where there will be a lot of desire in the connection, so that looks pretty good. Like I said, Seven of Cups is about being spoiled for choice and having a lot of options, so I feel that you are discovering a lot of ways that you can overcome your resistance to accomplishing your goal, whatever your big goal, wish, or dream is. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, I like this. This kind of looks like to me that maybe for the past few months you haven't really been putting in the work. Like, I'm not saying that you haven't been working, but again, it's like maybe there are more important things that you could have been working on. And the Eight of Pentacles is material success on the horizon, but also just getting to work. So I feel a lot of you are just getting to work. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Ten of Swords. This would be a good thing because it's coming up in the good stuff. The Ten of Swords can represent a blessing in disguise. So again, maybe you dealt with a person who breadcrumbed you in the past or kept you stuck. And I feel this could say that you are now seeing how that situation not working out was a blessing. With the Seven of Cups, we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a blessing, and the Hierophant also says you need to bring your vision, the star probably, down to earth. The Hierophant communicates with both sides. He communicates with heaven and earth, and the Seven of Cups would be your fantasy. So a lot of you need to bring some sort of fantasy down to reality, and that's what I feel like you could be dealing with here. You have this Weeping Willow card that says family sorrow on it. I feel like a lot of stuff about family has come up in the readings over the past like few months. So, whatever. So I feel like a lot of people could just be dealing with family things. You have this teapot. It says deep friendship with someone of the same sex. So some of you could be meeting a new friend, or friends could be very important for you at this time. It seems to be a very social month, the month of October. And so if you have any friends, I would say leaning on those friends for help would be a good idea. If you don't have friends, I would go make some. You have this fan card. It says romance, celebration, and party. Yes, I think that's what you should focus on, is not being too serious. Again, whenever I feel resistance, I tell a story all the time, but I was stuck for 4 years doing nothing, 4.5 years really, and I was doing nothing. It wasn't until I got out of the house that things started moving forward for me. So again, when you're feeling resistance, sometimes the best thing to do is to have fun, or go on a date, or do something else. It gets you out of your head. You have this rabbit card that says too much concern with sexual matters. This could be a past person. It's like maybe maybe there was like a lying, cheating, stealing situation or something like that, and I feel like you're moving past it. You have this target. You can't make this up. It says a goal-oriented person. Pick that goal. I mean, your reading is very simple. There's no reason to overcomplicate this, Pisces. You have a goal. You have a big thing that you want to accomplish. A star, 7 of Cups, Hierophant. It's like a blessed vision or something like that you are wanting to manifest. I feel like this is saying get rid of all the crap that you're doing that you don't need to be doing and focus on that. 9 of Pentacles. Focus an environment. Create an environment of success. That's all you need to do. Fill your head with good stuff. Watch good stuff on YouTube about being successful with the 9 of Pentacles. Clean up your environment, the energy around you, and that will get you to the finish line a lot faster. But this looks really interesting, so thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.